we are
Takeoff.
taking
The home point has been updated.
the
Please check it
DJI
on the map.
Mini 2 for a small test flight here. Around this water tower. We got a new firmware for the remote, as well as the new DJI Fly App, the 191. And also, if some of you might have seen the other videos that I've been doing, I've been playing around with coating the props. And actually the Mini 2 is coated with Propeller, which is a secrete that is derived from sheep. That should be sort of water repellent. So hopefully that will help us when we are flying around here. We are around 0 degrees Celsius. And the reason why you want the propellers to be coated with something that's water repellent is to prevent over-icing. Because that over-icing, that is on the leading edge of the props, that sort of messes with the properties of the drone, so it will not be able of keeping itself airborne if that happens. We have seen some examples of that. I've shown that here on the channel. I'll make sure to link those videos from the end card, but let's see how this goes. If we end up in a similar situation. Let me just check what is the current temperature, because this phenomenon only happens around, oh, come on, man. No. So this happens around close to 0 Celsius. And if I just film here shortly, you would see that we are around 1 degree Celsius. And it's probably colder when we are getting up into the, into 75 meters where I am right now. So this could happen. You can see that it is a little bit misty and moisty in the background. And this one needs to go away. So let's just fly a little bit around here. Right now, today, we are testing, as I said, the 191, and the firmware is the 01060200. But so far, there's no issues with the software. It seems that it's doing what it's supposed to. We can do what can we do? We can stop the video here. Then we can just jump in here and do a quick shot. Let's do a circle. Take this one away. Use the tower here as our subject. Press
3,
start.
2, 1.
Then it will do its quick shot thing. It's trying to fly around, having the water tower in the center. I'm not sure that I want to let it go the full round. There might be a chance that I would lose connection to it because of the cellular tower that's on top of the water tower here. These are like cellular antennas that you can see up there, so it might not be the best idea in the universe to put those between me and the drone. So let's just stop it here. I can see that it starts to complain a little bit. So we can do another one here just for the sake of it, like the helix. Let's do the helix and just use the top here, and let's go the other way around with that one.
3, 2, 1.
So now, while that is crunching away, I know it's not a real big issue with this over-icing. You can just don't fly when it's really foggy, these conditions. But I thought it was fun to play around with it, and a lot of you have suggested that I should use silicone instead. maybe a silicone spray is a better option than the two others that I've tried out, which was the VD40 and this Prolan. That is yes, basically sheep grease. Lanolin is called, yeah. It's called lanolin. So now it's going around the tower here. Can I compensate here on the wheel? No, I can't. And then we need to stop this. Okay. So it's not a complete quick shot, but at least it did almost what we expected. Even though the helix normally needs to be like a spiral that sort of extends the radius from the center point that you have selected. That didn't really happen here, but I guess that's how it is. So let's just grab a photo here just to see if we can do this. So no issues doing that, and it's set for JPEG and RAW, so also no issues there. We can maybe, I don't know. Now we're here. It's so rare that I fly the Mini 2. It's actually a fantastic drone. You get a lot of value for the money buying a drone like this. No doubt about that. So let's just go in here and take a panorama image. Maybe we can do something that's a little bit nice while we're here. So we can do like a sphere. And yeah, let's do a sphere in this height here. Like this. And press, and then it's basically taking all the images that it needs. And we still have 64 minutes, 64% of battery left, so that shouldn't be a problem. I don't know if it's just me, but I think the battery time that you're getting with the Mini 2 is better than what we are getting with the Mini 3. I think the Mini 3 exhausts the batteries pretty fast and are quite far from what is on the, basically in the specifications. So what you can see here, this is a renovation place where people are kind of dumping all their stuff that they don't want. They do that over there. So I don't know how that works in other countries, but here you just drive with your car, and then you have to split everything into. Yeah, I can just show you. So let's just swap it into video here. So you can see there's all these containers on the edge. And all of these containers are basically, the purpose of these are, some of them you put wood, some of them you put metal, some of them take plastic, maybe organic waste. I don't think that is allowed here on a place like this. So you have to basically sort it, and you can get into a lot of problems if you don't do that correctly. You could be asked to basically go and take everything apart that you have. So if you're using these black plastic bags and just throw those into one of the containers, you might run into problems with the staff on site. So it's good that they are doing stuff like that to sort of make everything that is possible that they can recycle it. Recycling is good for the environment, so of course one should support that, and it's a very little price to pay that you have to sort your things when you go to this kind of place to get rid of your waste. And this is not to be confused with daily renovation. Daily renovation, not daily, weekly or bi-weekly is it actually now, renovation, where they come with a truck and pick up all our food waste. That's a different story. This is more for like the bigger things that you want to get rid of. So if we just jump into the file section here, you can see this is the panorama that we just made. So we can just switch it into 360 view here. So we have everything in here. It's very, very nice. The viewer is actually pretty nice. That will allow you to see that the stuff that you have just recorded. And it seems, I haven't seen that before, there's a screenshot button that can, basically do screenshots directly from this editor. So that's super nice. So if you haven't played around with the sphere function of the DJI Mini 2, then it's definitely something that you should do. So you have different options here for what you want to see. I actually think this is the coolest, that you can just navigate it around with your finger on the screen and see all the details here. So let's just take a closer look here. See, I can just zoom into the tower here so I can see everything. And this is a low resolution version, I would assume. So it'll probably be better resolution if you do it on a computer. So we're just flying a little bit here. I actually think that it performs like I would expect it to. There's really no surprises here. And we are right now recording 4K 30 FPS. It's really lovely. It would have been nicer if it had been like a really, really nice sunshine with puffy clouds. But we haven't seen any issues with icing on the props. The first sign of that is that you would start to see a motor warning. And then it will simply get worse and worse and worse and worse until you basically get, having a hard time keeping the drone airborne. So it's the freeway in the back here. And I actually think there's a golf course on the other side of the freeway. So this technique here, if you don't know that, how to pull that off, so you get more or less like a fluid motion. I made a video about that at some point. And it's literally impossible to get jerky footage if you do it like this. So we are rotating a lot here. It's kind of, so it's breaking up a little bit. Maybe that can't be seen on the final footage. I'm not really sure. But I'm happy with this version. Let's just check it one more time before we land. See that I'm located down here. See the driving range in the back. So let's just So what I normally do when I try to land on the car is that I don't like to do it face in basically. So what I do normally is that I turn it around like this. And then I put down the camera so it's 90 degrees. And then the trick is basically I can see the mirror image on top of the glass roof. And then I know it will hit in the right spot. And then I'm trying not to touch the sticks during impact, because that's very likely. I'm trying not to touch the sticks during impact, because that's where it starts to go wrong. So inspecting the props, there are really no, you can see it a little bit here. This is the ProLand surface on top of the prop, but there's no problems with over-icing on either of the propellers. So I hope you like this little test flight with the DJI Mini 2. It's important that we don't forget about all the other drones. I know a lot of you still have this drone, and it's still a fantastic piece of equipment. So I really hope that you enjoyed this test flight with me rambling a little bit about the Danish infrastructure. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button. Yeah, I can't do that twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.